Alrighty folks, this is Lurch from Ireland Gaming and welcome back to another episode of From the Depths. We are back building the Mastiff again because I want to get sort of this build done as quickly as possible. It would be nice to have him for the next episode of the Let's Play series, so I'm kind of blitzing him through him a bit. I've spent a lot of time today already messing around with a load of different things. I tested out heat shells with a cannon with this profile, and this is the right size for going into this part of the hull here. You've seen I've added a couple of little guide blocks. That's the only changes I've made to the actual hull. I tested out heat at about a range of 100mm to 150mm, and they were just useless compared to a standard sort of general purpose shell. I'm not saying heat are completely worthless, but I have a feeling that you just need a bigger cannon to make them worthwhile. The smaller ones, the shells that I was firing, it didn't have enough kick. So I'm going to take Travis H's suggestion from the last video, who commented and mentioned that the front cannon should probably be some sort of AP gun, and I completely agree. Now, I didn't bother building this on camera because this is basically the old AACIWS Squirrel Killer, and yeah, it's more or less the same thing. So you've seen it a million times before, and I've used it loads of times. It's just got a slightly different layout. The firing piece is raised a little bit, so it has a little bit more clearance around the hull here. You'll see it has to be able to get around this bit here, and yeah, it's quite low profile. It's a pretty small turret, but it's got a pretty damn good refire rate for all the size of it. You see I managed to squeeze 3 belt feed loaders in the bottom here. Very simple cannon, but does the trick quite well, and we're going to be firing one of these. These are quite a long shell. I think it's a 5 block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. I did have 6, but I wasn't happy with the refire rate. It required too many coolers, and I don't have room for coolers, so we're keeping it nice and simple. I've kept a fairly small shell, and this is about the right balance for getting that reasonable AP value. It's not all the way as high as I would like it to be. I would rather it was... let's see if I can get the AP up. Oh, God. Okay, that works. How much is that a trade-off in damage, though? We're losing 40 damage for 2 AP. I think I'll take the AP, thanks. Let's go back to the base plater. Come here, you. Yeah, that's pretty worthwhile, because muzzle velocity has a very, very big effect on your armor pierce value. And we're only losing like 40 damage here, so I think it's worthwhile, because that will easily trade off quite nicely. We should actually end up with more damage because of it. But yeah, I haven't bothered armoring this up yet because I want to put it into place before I actually do that. Another thing I have done in the meantime is I have changed up one of these just to mix it up a little bit. I've tried out a flak variant. Now this is essentially identical. Other than these 2 additions here, it needed a bunch more coolers because I dropped the barrel count to 3. It's got the same number of gauges, it's just got more coolers now as well, and I've dropped the recoil damping. I don't think we're going to need it. I'm going to be using PIDs in this pretty extensively, so it should be as stable as a rock whenever I get everything all sorted. And I've got an interesting new hydrofoil technique to try out as well, because someone posted it on the forums. I think it was 7th Fleet, but yeah, I might see if I can dig that up later whenever I go to do that. It'll probably be in maybe the next video though, because by the time we get everything installed here, it will be, you know, well on. Now this is the flak shell I'm going to be using. It is a timed fuse. I managed to squeeze a laser designator or laser targeter in underneath the firing piece on the cannon, and this shell I think is 103. No, this is the really big one, isn't it? Let's get the UI on here so we can see. Where? 157. Right, so that's a much bigger shell. 1, 5, 7. Low kinetic damage, 246, but it's got an 16 meter radius. So it's got a really nice big radius for hitting aircraft. I like that. And yeah, it seems to perform very well. These 2 together work very well, because the flak seems to do very exceptional after something has passed just overhead. It shoots out the engines on the back because it's quite a slow shell. And then once the propulsion goes down, this thing just tears it to pieces. So between the 2 of them, they work very, very well together. Not necessarily individually, but between them they can take out hakes and flying squirrels and quite a lot of sort of more janky aircraft. So I think what's on the agenda next is I want to get the flak cannon plugged in here somewhere. And I'm probably going to put it up here instead of down here. Now, the concern I have with the flak cannon is it's a lot more explodey than these AP guns. So I don't want it to be, you know, blowing up and taking in massive portions of the ship. It's pretty low caliber. Well, pretty low caliber. It's 150 something. So the flak does quite a lot of damage. But it's going to be heavily armoured, and yeah, but I just want to test it, so I'll be putting down a couple of ammo barrels on the hull and shooting at them, so we can test that out the fun way. And what else in the episode I want to do is get the main CRAM cannon done, because, well, everyone wants to see the main CRAM cannon. After that, we have the torpedo still to build, and then a load of the fiddly bits, getting all of this utility stuff plugged into the hull somewhere. Armouring things up, making things look a bit prettier, adding proper propulsion, some roll control. A lot of the active stability stuff, so we're still a long way from being finished on this build, and it's going to take a while. I'd say it might take me another episode, maybe 2, to actually get all this done, but it depends how much I do between episodes. So, let us cut here, and I'm going to get this saved up as a prefab, and we'll plug it in over there, and see how it looks, and we'll get this guy plugged in as well, and then we can start shooting at our own ship, just for funsies. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the other thing installed, the flak cannon, and let's get these guys in, and yes, they fit in the right place. Oh, it's symmetry them. Sometimes I find that doesn't work, and other times it does. Very strange. But yeah, that's those guys installed. I have to bring the ammo over as well, actually. This is a handy thing about these, and this is how I transferred the flak ammo over as well. You can actually prefab these, and let's just get it in the right place. If you prefab the whole thing like this, whenever you actually place the prefab down again, it will be the correct shell thingy. It'll be the correct configuration. So you see that's got the exact one that I wanted. Hooray! So we have that done. We need to configure the ammo inputs for this thing as well, which is never tremendously exciting. But, you know, let's get them tested. And one thing about these turrets compared to all the others is they don't actually have an onboard, local weapon controller. So we're going to have to actually put one inside here, like on the hull itself. And I don't have room to put it below. I'm feeling that I might actually have to jigger this whole bit around a little bit because of the torpedo bays coming out here. I kind of want them to come out to maybe here, or possibly even this far out, depending on how much room I have inside. I have a lot of room, but I think I might even plug another engine here or something, depending on what I need. I have loads of space, so we will see. I might even put a gun. Another CRAM cannon or something. But I'll wait and see. I'm not sure what I want to do with that space yet. This here, the way that this slopes down, I might make this a 4 meter slope downwards, the same way it is at the front here, so that it just continues down a little bit more and gives me a little bit more hull space around here. It might slow the ship down a little bit because they're not as aquadynamic as the others though. But we have everything plugged in here now, so I think it's time to maybe armour one of these turrets up. Or should we test them first? Testing is fun. Let's get a local weapon controller down first then. Otherwise I will totally forget about it. We'll put you there, and we will put the failsafe there. And we will put the wireless transmitter receiver there. And I forgot symmetry. Of course I forgot symmetry. Wouldn't be an episode if I didn't forget symmetry. And with the fails, no, that does not plug there. There. We'll use the wireless again. Wireless receiver there. You connected? Controlling one weapons. All hunky-dory-o. And that should be filling up. They're filled up. Nice. 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 Let us... Oh, bugger, you can't turn now because I put that in there like a tool. Ah, well, it'll be fine. Let us hide the thingy and spawn something in, see what happens. How about... Kinda want to test it against planes, but let's try this fella out first. He's a pretty scary guy. Bashers are pretty strong. Those missiles are very powerful. I've kind of decided against the whole laser system. I don't think I just don't quite have the power to make use of it. That was a nasty missile barrage there. I wonder what ours is going to do here, because they are imp happy as hell. That's probably just blown all of his shields off. A little pepper gun on the front is actually doing work. And hard to keep up with this guy. Very, very fast. And this is our anti-air armament, so it's not really designed for this, but it seems to be doing a relatively good job. Considering this thing's more or less entirely made out of metal. There's another bunch of shields getting detonated, and that one's grown back again. What's it taking out? It's totally stopped. It's AI dead! Holy crap! We did get sank in the process, but like I said, I kind of need to put some sort of something to get this thing up out of the water a bit better, because she is a bit of a barge and she's getting very, very heavy with all these extra guns and stuff, so we're going to have to work out something for that. Probably some sort of either hydrofoil system or maybe, I don't know, undermounted propellers or something like that. But yeah, so that's a quick combat test. She's doing very, very well. I can't... Oh, there's a bloody white flare ship. Holy shit. And this isn't even finished yet. Oh my. I'm very happy with this so far. We haven't even put the CRAM cannons on. Speaking about CRAM cannons, I think it's time to build one. Let's get this guy out of play. In fact, I'm just going to cut here and get everything tidied up. And I will be right back and we can start building a CRAM cannon. And I'll probably just go straight to the speedy up bit. We're going straight for a 4-barrel 2000mm. Yep, all the way to the top. Time for some fun. Oh, before we go about building a CRAM cannon, there was one thing I did want to test, and that was how explodey these are. So, got a couple of ammo barrels over there, so let's have a quick look and see if that took it out. Oops, I should have really taken repair off, and that wasn't even enough to get through all of that metal armor, so we need 4 ammo barrels. Right, that'll definitely do. Seriously? Holy crap, that's only like 1 layer of armor. Alright, let's do it the old-fashioned way. Well, it made a bang. Took me with it. Let's get over and see what sort of damage that did and see if it took out the other turret as well. That's 8% of our damage. Ah, no, stop repairing. I want to see what it's doing. It did take out the other turret. Now, how did it take out the other turret? That is the question. It did not take out the bottom. It blew up the turret in general. I really don't like that. I really don't like that at all. Because that means if we lose one, we lose that whole AA armament. And that's not really something I like the idea of. But I think the best bet here is probably just to armor the hell out of it and make sure it doesn't happen, right? That's one option. I think it's just the option I'm going to go with. This thing's already pretty damn powerful, I think. By the time we add shields and all that sort of stuff, I think that's more than enough. So I'm not going to worry too much about the fact that they're explodey as hell. We'll carry on. We'll survive. But yeah, okay. Now, time for CRAM cannons. Okay, so I have a little template laid out for the CRAM cannons. The idea here is I'm going to go for a quad barrel 2000mm. So we want to have... Well, this is the profile here. This is exactly the space that we have available. There's a 5x5 square below a 3x3 square, and that's our neck in the hull, and this space at the top is a rough layout for how I want the crams to be. I'm probably going to pull these ones out to here and here, but just to, I don't know, step it up a little bit, make it look a little bit different, but that bit doesn't really matter terribly. I want to have, they're all going to be high explosive, but the two at the back are going to be mixed high explosive hardener, and they will be pen depth ones with inertial fuses, so they're going to have pretty low damage in comparison, but they're going to be pen depth and inertial, so big utility shell. And the ones at the front are just going to be high explosive inertial fuses, so they're going to be pure high explosive. The reason I've went for 2 and 2 is because I can share hardeners between these two, and I can share high explosive between all of them. So it saves me mixing ammos in a way that I don't want it to mix. So without further ado, why is there 2 local weapon controllers here? That has to change. Boop. Boop. Fixed. Right. Let us start building a cannon. There we go. That was easy. Now I have to work out how many pins I want in each place, and then start adding gauges and stuff like that. So let me work that out. Oh boy, that was a whole lot easier than I was expecting it to be. Yeah, that's exactly the way I want them to be laid out. So these 4 corners here are all equally distributed, so they should all have the same number of warheads attached. I could actually check that now. Let's just pop down some firing pieces here and see what way these are balanced. 1.47, 1.47, 1.47. Well, no, hold on, that doesn't show up. Explosives, how many boxes do we have? 183, 192, 168, 204. So yeah, they're all sharing, so that's obviously going to be all skewed up. So I think the next step is probably adding loaders and stuff like that. That could probably help. Yep, let's add some loaders. Sorry, not loaders, ammo boxes. Okay, we have stuff and things, and I've added in a couple of hardeners. That might not be enough. We can add them in later if we need to. I need to find out exactly how many gauges I need here as well, so I'm just going to bolt a whole load on so we can get a rough idea what configuration we have. Yeah, how's that for a super stylish turret? Looks great, doesn't it? No, it looks daft. But this is just so I can get a rough count for the gauges. So this is 5 by 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 5 by 9, we need exactly 45 gauges. Oh, that's cool. Didn't know that before. So we need to peg them into the turret somewhere. I think I'm going to try and get some of them in down here because we have some room. I just have to be really careful not to connect them because, as most of you probably know, with making these multi-pin cannons, as long as the firing pieces and the gauges don't connect, you're golden. But if they connect, then you're screwed because that'll connect one cannon to the other and you end up with only one firing piece firing, which sucks. So next on the list, I'm going to pop a load of gauge stuff in here, I think, and yeah, I will BRB. Okay, so I got a couple of the gauges put in, and I decided to put the firing pieces in where I wanted them. It's a bit of a mess, but, you know, it'll do the job, I guess. It'll allow me to armor everything up, and it's obviously not symmetrical, but it's about the only way I could get these to wire up without having them connect in some way, shape, or form. So I have to make sure that these are all on their own thing. 2552, 36, 333, 5119. So they all have their own numbers. That's good. That is very good. That means that they're not touching. Rather than try and squeeze more gauges in here, because I know I can get more in without connecting them, I'm just going to leave it and fill that bit in with bits of metal, just to make it a little bit safer. Not a whole pile safer, because it'll not add too much protection, but every little helps. These are the fusing boxes that are going to go in. I have to connect these back. Two up are going to be, like I said, inertial and pen depth. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do without the inertial because I have EMP shields, or EMP anti-shield missiles. So rather than sacrifice loads of our damage, I'm just going to go for time from first impact. And these are going to be pretty fast shells, so I'm going to set them to 0.03. If they're going at 200 meters per second, that means they'll travel 200 meters in 1 second. That means they'll travel 2 meters in 0.01 second. So this means that it'll travel about 6 meters. Actually, that's 8. That'll do nicely. And this one here is also the pen depth. So we want to set that one to 0.4 as well. And these two at the front just need inertial fuses. So let's pop an inertial fuse on you, and an inertial fuse on you. Now these are very small gauge so far, because I want to put all the gauge in on the turrety thing later. You know, whenever I'm building the turret. I have quite a lot to cram onto it, to be honest. Haha, cram. But the turret has lots and lots and lots of room, to be honest, so yeah, we can make the most of that. Actually, I think I can put a couple more gauges here, there. Oh wait, no, these are the top bits. I have to be careful here. But anyway, buildy, speedy up, montagey thing time. I'm getting the distinct impression that those turrets are maybe a little bit close together. Well... oh, I don't know. Don't know. Only way to find out. Let's test it. Oh, good lord. Burns like a glacier. And fire. Well, that is not what I wanted to check. Oh, wow. Well, nice concentrated barrage. Let's pretty this up a little bit more, and screw it, it'll do like this. It's got very limited left and right arc of fire, so it shouldn't be able to actually shoot itself that easily. Well, it's 22 degrees, but let's hope it's vaguely sensible like that. It does have a failsafe. But anyway, more armory time. Alright, I think that's something close to what I want. I think. I'm not sure. They're all still 200mm, right? 200mm, 200mm, 200mm. Yeah, that looks good. So let's get this guy installed quickly, and we shall do, I think, a little bit more combat testing, and then I'll wrap the episode up because we're running pretty low on time. So I'm going to cut here, get this prefabbed up, and we'll go over for the grand unveiling ceremony. Be right back. Okay, moment of truth. Will she fit? Load sub-object. Oh, hang on, I have to delete this block first. Make sure we're in the right place, and go beep. Oh my god. Well, I think that looks approximately the right size to me. What do you guys think? My word. Oh my word, that thing is huge. I like it. Now, hop on board and let's see what it does to something else. Twin guard. What do you got? Let's see. Regular. A phoenix. What do you do? Godly design, eh? Not for long. Oh, skippy skip. My word. Take that! I just realised I haven't set the minimum accuracy on the CRAMs. That is bad. Right. Now it's done. Oh great, this is a good combat test actually because it has aircraft to deal with as well. There's some CRAM shells. Oh my word. Good lord. What a horrible mess. It's pretty fast though. It's gaining on us very quickly. I don't like that very much. Oh, they're reloaded again. Our AA guns. Oof. Oh my goodness. Jeez Louise, what a mess. And it dealt with all the little aircraft as well, I think, did it? No? Oh, we still have one of these little buggers left. Oh man, those are huge missiles. That is not designed for that. Oh, we've lost the corner here, so we can see roughly what battle damage has been done. Yeah, it's popped that other turret too. I don't like that. But there's not a huge pile I can do with it. It should happen less often whenever... Man, I hope we're not getting blasted by our own CRAM cannons. That'd really suck. I should probably limit them to about here so that they can't actually fire there. But then that will prevent it turning past this arc, which would suck a bit as well. Yeah, these... Come on, shoot these little buggers, would you? I think they're still shooting. No, you. Shoot you! Shoot him! No! Probably do with some agile missiles for taking those guys out. Because that flak gun is not having the best of time with it. The AP gun is better against faster targets, it seems. Because it can track them better. Whereas the flak gun, because it's got such a slow velocity, it's got massive difference whenever it the thing changes course. Whereas with the AP gun, it's got like a smaller arc to follow. So yeah, that might be something to do. But, okay. Legitimate combat testing against ships and stuff, it absolutely wrecks. Maybe these could do with being AA mantlets. Hang on, that should be easy to change. Let's do that quickly. Let's just find something else to shoot at. This is boring. Come on, repair. He'll be fine. Let's see. Steel Striders. I don't know what he does against something like... Ooh, I don't know. Bull Sharks. Bull Sharks are pretty damn scary. Oop, the lag. Jeez, that is burrowing into the hull there. But it's taking an awful lot to do it. And we still have CRAM batteries to put on the side here as well, so that's something. That was a significant amount of missiles, and it didn't... I don't think it even took out the... Oh, it did. It took out a good chunk of my engine. So it's something. Let's see how the Bull Shark is faring here. Oh. Well. That's a bit of a hole. Hi. This is our new decorating service again. You wanted a new patio? I'm sorry you had to knock out a hole in your wall first. I'm thinking they could definitely benefit from being inertial as well. Against these targets. It will seriously decrease the amount of payload that we have, but it should increase their utility quite a bit. Because it's having trouble getting through those big shields. How are we managing now? 89 to 94. Some of our missiles are hitting, but we seem to have taken quite a bit of damage now. Oh. Level up in the designer. Jeez. Oh, wow. What was that? That was a load of barrel segments. Yeah, there was another big hit. Jeez, that CRAM is absolutely devastating. But we are more or less sunk now. Which ain't so good. Yeah, it's taking some nasty hits. We're missing the whole quarter of our hull here. So we can't stand up to a bull shark just yet. But hey, it's a good start. We haven't even got any shields, for goodness sake. So I'm going to wrap the episode up there. I do hope you enjoyed it. Any likes, subs, or comments are really, really awesome. I love hearing from you guys, and I read every single comment. As always, take it handy, and have a bloody good day. Hopefully better than this ship.